This is The Healthy Healer, where true voice is your medicine. This is where we help doctors and other healers navigate through the challenging times by learning from the best minds in the healing industry. Laugh, cry, and be surprised. It's entertainment, education, and inspiration so you can continue to be the unique and amazing healer you were destined to be. Welcome to humanity. Welcome to The Healthy Healer with Dr. Fred.
Hi, it's Dr. Fred, and welcome to the short associated with my previous interview with Duncan Brown. So Duncan Basker Brown is somebody who really has taken a major step into helping people lose their overindulgent habits. And many of us have overindulgence. Probably you do. I know that I do. This is a way that we manage the stressors of life. Duncan spoke about how he picked up alcohol, smoking, eating wrong, and not taking very good care of himself as a teenager, and really was beginning to see the impact it was having on him in a negative way when his drinking habits increased, but the friends he was drinking with decreased. And then he found himself drinking every day and drinking alone, and finally got the help that he needed. And from that help has designed a program to help other people deal with their overindulgence, and primarily alcohol, but it can be other areas as well. I'd like to spend today talking a little bit about overindulgence. I know for me, when I feel stressed or when I feel bored or when I feel angry or when I feel sad, or sometimes when it's Wednesday or sometimes when it's Sunday or sometimes when I lose money or sometimes when I win money or sometimes when I get what I want, or sometimes when I don't get what I want. These might be reasons to overindulge. And then I support it. I find evidence for why that's a good idea. I want to taste something salty. I want to see something lovely. I want to drink something that's going to alter my state of mind. I want to smoke something. I want to eat something. This is a common human habit to overindulge. And because once we get a little bit, then we want a little bit more because it didn't really take away whatever it was that in fact compelled us to indulge in the first place. And because of that, and because it does indeed create the dopamine bump of pleasure, the opportunity to continue doing it starts looking very interesting. And we end up eating another one, drinking another one, smoking another one, watching another one, doing our vices one more time. And then this becomes overindulgence when we know that we should be or we could be doing something different, something a little bit more useful or something a little bit more relevant or pertinent to what we're really up to in life. There is no doubt that overindulgence takes a toll, but it's more like a symptom, right? Like we find ourselves not doing what we should and instead finding ourselves doing what we shouldn't and then doing a little bit too much of that to the point that it might have negative effects on our life. Certainly, drinking has a negative effect in the long term, as do most recreational drugs. And this is also true, of course, with overeating or with smoking, with being on the phone too long, or even other vices, I'm sure, internet gambling or pornography or some of the other vices that people find themselves overindulging in. So there's no question that overindulgence is fun because it does give the boost. It does give the dopamine. It is a distraction or a detraction from life stressors. And it provides exactly what we're looking for, at least on the short term. But on the long term, it takes us off track and it sometimes clouds our mind. It gives us a sense of shame or failure sometimes, or of blame, and it doesn't really serve its purpose to alter that which we're aiming to alter when we reach to it in the first place. So the kind of toll that overindulgence takes is a kind of thing that getting into a program or getting some help with becomes very interesting. And when does that day come? That day comes when you realize that you have overindulged to the point of no longer having it be useful in your life. That's a difficult time. Sometimes it takes some trauma. If you're a drinker, maybe you need to get a ticket or get into an accident or have something happen as a result of your drinking that you can no longer tolerate in your life. So sometimes it needs to be an adverse stimulus, like something that happens to you bad that reminds you that wasn't a good idea. And other times you just get drawn to the idea that doing things this way isn't helping at all. And this is a more positive way to quit or find yourself seeking help. And that is when you just get that not doing it would create a better life. And shortly after stopping whatever it is that you are overindulging with, you might get a taste of a better life, which then becomes interesting and addicting in its own right, choosing to have a better life than the one that you had been immersed in as an overindulger. So overindulgence does take its toll mentally. And for you, if you're finding yourself overindulging, I invite you to seek help, and maybe even with Duncan. But if not with Duncan, then please get the help you need, either through groups or support groups, or it might be just going, as they say, cold turkey, stopping cold, or it might be really just having conversations with the people in your life that matter about how the effects that your overindulgence is having with them, and any suggestions they might have as to alternative activities to deal with the stressors of your own life. Thank you very much for listening to this short. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being a listener for The Healthy Healer. And if you like the show, which I certainly like delivering, please share, comment, and also, if you can, subscribe to The Healthy Healer, because this helps people like you get access to conversations like this that they might really appreciate. So thanks again. And of course, I love you, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.